strip club DJs, what do you have to tell us? Former strip club DJ here. 1. Almost always if you buy a stripper a drink, she asks for vodka and soda and the bartender pours from a special vodka bottle that's just water, and then the dancer and/or bartender pockets the money. 2. I never really want a hair ponied by Genuine ever again. 3. Sometimes the best nachos in the city are at the Rippers. Who wants to risk being drunk while sporting 7-inch heels? Some girls work as waitresses and shooter girls because they want to make the money but they don't want to take off their clothes. So management makes them watch the dancers count their money at the end of the night, to help nudge them along to the dark side. Worked in a couple of higher-end strip joints many years ago. One of the problems we had was dancers bringing boyfriends in. Most knew it was best to keep them out. But every once in a while one would get a new guy that would want to see what she was doing. Usually they would get a few drinks in them and it would go bad. Either they would fight with their girlfriend, or they would get pissed at a customer getting flirty and get into a fight. Or a mix of both. A night where a dancer would bring her BF up to meet me, it added an extra stress layer to the evening. I met a lot of very damaged people in that world. Victims of abuse, mental issues, coping with substances. A lot of well-intentioned, but very screwed up people. Not DJ but bouncer. On a few occasions I had to check if the tampon string was showing before the girl would go to her set. I've worked security in strip clubs for years. When the girl tells you, my name is Sarah, but they call me Candy here, she's just giving you two stage names to make you feel like she likes you enough to tell you her real name. Two of my good friends used to be strip club DJs. They created a Twitter account to post quotes from the strippers. It was hilarious while it lasted. They both moved on a few years ago. Twitter handle at Stripper Genius. No, she doesn't actually like you. Watching a stripper insert a plug because she had diarrhea and she was up next. Not a DJ, but I am a stripper, and when I first started working, the club that hired me had me make a list of female names since all their dancers had stage names. Well, the names I had were all taken since over 800 girls work at that club. One of the managers at the club told me that I had better pick my own name, BC if they picked, you might not like what you get. Then he told me a story about a girl who couldn't decide a name and someone had suggested Abreva, the cold sore medication, and this poor girl used Abreva as her stage name for like 2 months before one of her customers told her what it was. Stripper here. One of my favorite DJs of all time was at a very high-end gentleman's club in West Palm. He was always very friendly, and always in a great mood. His name was Jimmy. Once a floor guy told me to watch his moods, and to try to notice the difference of when he was drinking his 5-hour energy shots. It turns out that inside the bottles was not 5-hour energy, but it was in fact his own mix of some kind of liquid and GHB. Yes, he would roofie himself. But only enough to have a good time. Everyone called it his Jimmy Juice. Sadly, the strippers don't really think we're the coolest guys there.